What's going on, y'all? My name is Enoch. I'm here to inspire, motivate, and encourage you to be the best version of you that you could possibly be. I know that ain't an easy task, but let's go. Welcome back to Divine Motivation Podcast. Man, I just really appreciate you tuning in because you could be doing anything right now. If you like this video, subscribe to this video, share this video, comment. I'm gonna be honest, I don't even be seeing comments because the notification is off. Maybe I should turn that on. But anyway, we're on Spotify, Anchor app, what's the other one? iTunes. If you want to just listen, if you can't watch, follow the Instagram, Divine Motivation _, where I literally give you motivational videos every single day. Been doing it for a year straight, and I'm probably not going to stop anytime soon. Yep. Now let's get into the episode. So, we've been on this journey, no pun intended, of talking about the journey. I really want everybody to take a step forward this year and in their life and with everything you're trying to do. Like, that's one of my biggest things, best version possible. So, like, if I'm talking about best version possible, I got to give you some just thought process, some different perspectives. So, last week we talked about really embracing the journey and just being there and fully understanding, like, yo, I'm supposed to learn something here, or I'm supposed to grasp something. I'm supposed to something through the journey and not taking it for granted. And I think I made a video this week about it. So I was in the kitchen cooking, right? Do a little something. While I was cooking, I had just snipped my finger, nothing crazy, like a little cut. Right? You could barely see it. Little cut on my finger, right? And my brain starts going. So with me, like everything, like every video I do on Instagram, every time I do a podcast, it's just whatever comes to my mind that I've been thinking about that just pops in. So I'm like, I started thinking about chefs, right? And I'm like, chefs, like really good chefs, like if you look at their hands, they have a lot of cuts from cutting themselves. And then I just started going. I'm like, man, just imagine if a chef, the first time they cut their hand or their finger, they said, oh, no, that's it, I'm out. Nope. Pack my knife up. That's it, I'm done. What if they just was like, this ain't it? But for some reason, they keep going. They keep cutting. And eventually, they understand different techniques. They learn different recipes through the journey. They learn how to become a great chef. They didn't stop. And I'm like, that's like in life. Like that chef, if they stopped, they would never achieve anything in that cooking world. They wouldn't do anything in that cooking world. Like the top chefs, like they got there from cutting themselves. Literally, they got there from cutting themselves. And so I'm thinking about life, like a lot of times people want to just give up and quit. And I'm like, take a different perspective. Why do I want to quit? Like, my body, my mind is like, nah, it's too hard. Oh, I've been cut. And it's like, that's because there's greatness on the other side of that. If you actually keep going, if you actually stick with it, if you actually pursue the dream, that calling, that thing that you're like, I know I'm here to do this, but I don't know how. Like, that's the biggest thing. I know there's this thing that's pulling me, but I don't know how to do it. And then you start doing it and then you get cut. And then you're like, well, that wasn't it. Sometimes you need to keep going past that cut. That cut, you can learn something from that cut. that scar, that mishap, that mistake, that so-called failure, that can be something that is what you need to learn to keep going. So I'm like, man, you gotta get cut through this journey. You have to. If you want to be anything, if you want to achieve anything, if you want to make some type of difference, you're going to have to get cut. And so I'm like, man, that's part of embracing the journey, like the cuts. Because the journey is great when it's smooth. It's like, yo, I'm just keep climbing the ladder. I keep climbing the ladder. I may stay on this level, but at least I ain't cut. But it's like, them cuts is what build you. The mistakes is what make you be able to help somebody. Let's say, yo, I did it that way before. Trust me, that's not what you want to do. Those cuts is what prepare you for that place that you're trying to go. So that you know, like, let me not put my hand like that. Because last time, I remember years ago when I put my hand like that, I cut myself. Best believe I started doing things a little different when I cut my finger in the kitchen. I was a little more cautious. I held things a little differently. I'm like, I don't want to do that again. So take that into perspective when it comes to your life, with everything you're trying to do. Even with your personal growth. Like, you might mess up. But that doesn't mean go back on, well, I messed up. I'm not going to do it now. Your New Year's resolution. Oh, I was good for like 5 days, then I messed up on the 6th day. I guess it's over. No, get back to it. Get back to it. Don't let that cut stop you. Don't let that cut make you feel like you can't do it anymore. Keep going. Figure it out. Avoid that cut now, because you know what caused it. Learn from it. Change your perspective. Start looking at things differently. Figure out how to learn from mistakes. Figure out how to learn from cuts. And keep going. That's the biggest problem. We don't keep going. We hit a wall. And then we're like, well, that's it for me. I ain't got nothing else. I got nothing left. When all successful people did was keep going. That's it. That's it. Those so-called people that made it from the bottom and now they're at the top, all they did was keep going, no matter what. And we all have that in us. But you got to have that passion, that drive to know, like, yo, this is bigger than me. This is my purpose. This is my calling. This can help other people. This can make a difference in my world. And eventually the world. So think about that. Think about that the next time you feel like, nah, I'm not going anymore. Ooh, that cut hurt. I'm done. Think about that. And then realize, you know what? That chef's recipe wouldn't be there if he quit on that first cut. So don't quit on that first cut. Just keep going. There's a other side that you need to make it to. But you got to push. And you got to keep going. That's this week's That's this week's episode. I appreciate you tuning in. Just keep going. Follow the Instagram, Divine Motivation _. Like, subscribe, share, iTunes, Spotify, all that good stuff. Just keep going. Push past the cut. Appreciate you. Let's do this again next week. Peace.